storm, man. Nobody calls Han Solo a bitch.
Bring him on. I prefer a straight fight to all this sneaking around.
I don't know where you get your delusions, laser brain.
Oh, come on, bro. It's the wars.
So it's a very exciting and action-packed day in Star Wars because we finally find out what it takes to stay in a Star Wars experience. This is The Wars and More. I'm Joe. Of course, with me is my good buddy Doug. Hey, Doug, how you doing this week?
Doing pretty good, Joe. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. So I say exciting.
Yeah.
But it's the kind of exciting, you know, when you're excitable and pissed off.
Oh. Okay. This took a turn real fast here. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not even going to mince words here.
Oh, what are we talking?
So, Galactic Starcruiser.
Oh, yes.
You know, it's been hyped, right?
Oh, yeah, we've been anticipating this for
fully immersive Star Wars experience.
Yes.
It'll be immersive, all right. Immersing in your wallet.
You'll be immersed in debt afterwards.
Yes. So pricing's been released.
Yeah.
We knew this day was coming. We were like, man, it's going to be crazy. This $900 per night.
Right.
It's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
Woo, if that's all it was.
Yeah.
I mean, you can break it down to that if you want to split some hairs.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. Just, go for it.
So starting prices, right? So this is, when they say starting prices, this is talking like the base cabin, right? They got these different tiers. You got the standard cabin, you got the Galaxy class suite, and the Grand Captain suite. Now, when we talk about this pricing, those second two tiers I just mentioned right there,
Yeah.
wipe those out of your mind.
Right.
Because that does not include those.
Exactly.
Okay? So just, if you think you're getting an upgraded experience, you're not.
I love it.
All right. So standard cabin, 2 guests, right? 2 people.
Right.
So a couple going.
Yeah.
It is $1,209 per guest per night, totaling out at $4,809. This is for a 2-night stay.
Oh, my.
2 nights.
2 nights.
Okay, yes, you get tickets to Galaxy's Edge.
Okay.
You get food.
Yeah, I'm taking a piece of the Millennium Falcon with me for that.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
I'm the one out there with a hammer chiseling off a piece. Oh, my God.
Hey, on the bright side, your cabin does include a mini fridge, like you're going to need that shit, paying $1,200 a night.
Right.
Yeah, if you're paying $1,200 a night, you better not use that mini fridge for a snack. You better be getting the 2 meals per hour or whatever it is.
Per hour. Nice.
Well, you get 2 breakfasts,
Yeah.
2 lunch, 2 dinner per guest.
And you're there 2 days.
You're there 2 days.
Yeah, so. Wow.
So you better get all 12 of your meals.
Yes. Oh, my.
Oh, it gets better, though.
Let's hope.
Okay, so 3 guests. 3 guests, right?
Right.
That brings the price down a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
$889 per guest
Right.
per night. Bringing your grand total to $5,299.
Oh, my God.
4 guests. 4 guests. This hits home for you, right, Doug?
This is my situation
Family
right
of
here.
4?
Yes.
3 adults, 1 child. $749 per guest per night. For a grand total of $5,999.
Oh, my God. That is
So for $6,000.
$6,000.
For $6,000, you can have a 2-night stay. 2 nights.
Wow.
They've lost their shit.
Yeah. I don't understand how they can expect people to do this.
Oh, they'll do it.
Okay.
For the first year.
Yeah. Maybe a year. I mean, you're talking Star Wars fans that, they're planning their celebration trip and saving up for that. I don't know how many people are going to end up being able to do this. I just don't see it.
Well, let's just put that into perspective here, right? Not to go into my finances too much, but
okay.
So I went to Disney World.
Yes.
During Star Wars Celebration Orlando. I stayed on resort at Disney World for Celebration.
Right.
Okay. So on resort. I also went to SeaWorld that time. Celebration. I bought some artwork. Artwork.
Yeah.
Let's keep that in mind when I say this price, artwork. And I don't think I had a sober moment in that entire time I was there.
So
Disney
good time.
prices. Keep that in mind.
Yes.
I think in total I spent just under $11,000 for a week.
Right.
Doing all that.
Yes. So you're talking 3 times the amount of time.
Yeah, I will spend half that in 2 days here.
Wow.
7 days versus 2 days.
That's unbelievable to me. I cannot fathom this. 2 days. $6,000. That's the starting prices, right?
Yeah. That, by the way, that was 2 people. My price.
Right.
And I bought artwork. Just want to put that out there.
Yes. Yeah.
We all know artwork prices, right?
Yes, that's no small expense there, right?
So, yeah. Yeah, this is unbelievable to me. Should be no surprise, I was complaining when they were saying $900 per guest. Right?
Yes, exactly.
I thought they were talking that like base level.
Right.
900, and it would go down like the more guests and the longer stay. Well, there's no longer stay option here. It's 2 nights period. That's
right.
It's not like you can book this for 7 days. You can't.
Which
why would you want to?
Yeah, I don't know how you could afford it.
Well, I mean, looking at the cabins, I'm like, man, you're paying a lot of money for a small room.
That's true.
Because it's supposed to be like you're on a Starcruiser, so you're in this little cabin.
Yes. I like the look of it and stuff. It, kind of reminds you of like, the sleeping quarters on the Falcon a little bit, It's got that little cubby, like, offset to the side type thing, I don't know.
When I spend $1,200 a night, I definitely want the headboard of my bed to look like a garage door.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like really what I'm going for here.
A garage door. That's awesome.
Tell me that don't look like a garage door.
Oh no, it certainly does.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I look at this whole pricing scheme that they got going on here, and look at what they're including. Like you get 2 breakfasts, 2 lunch, 2 dinner meals per guest. Like, why is it 2? Why is this pricing including 2? Like, it feels like you're adding, about $100 to $150 per guest to add an extra meal to each slot.
Right.
So, I mean, you're looking at cutting off like $250 to $300 just by going to 1 meal for each time slot. If you're looking at Disney prices, right?
Right.
You figure about, for breakfast, okay, a little cheaper, $15. Lunch, $20. Dinner, $25 to $30.
Yeah.
Per person. Because, I mean, a hamburger at Disney is like, just a hamburger, like with a bag of chips, it's like $25. So.
Yes, exactly. So
I'm just curious on why they did that. And I saw this little like caveat here. Like if age 21 or over, you get 1 alcoholic beverage per day.
Woo!
Woo! I can promise you this. You better not stop me with my case of beer going in there because I got a mini fridge.
Exactly.
So yeah, I thought this was wild.
It's out there, that's for sure. I don't know. I'm sure that there's going to be some fans who actually end up doing this, and I'm sure they're going to totally love it, enjoy themselves, and regret it afterwards. But, you know.
Right. See, I have no doubt that it's going to be a ton of fun.
Right.
Like, that's not the part I'm talking about here. Like, I'm sure it's a ton of fun. I'm sure they're going to have great things. And it may even, for a short-term period of time, make people think it's worth it.
Yeah. I think that's going to be the feedback that we're going to need. We're going to need people coming out of their stay at Galactic Starcruiser and giving feedback on just how much it was worth it to actually make a final judgment here. I mean, I don't know. You know, because we don't know what's going to go on there, right? I mean, there's a couple things that we've seen in this story. You're kind of led to believe that, like, it says, what did they say? You could go to Galaxy's Edge the second day or something.
Yep.
So you're kind of like stuck there for a day.
That's what it kind of sounds like.
It's kind of strange. I mean, they must have something going on for that.
Like, whoa, you can't just leave a starship.
Right. So then one of the last promos...
This is immersive.
Yeah, exactly. One of the last promos that we saw for this showed that lightsaber, the one with the patent that actually extended and retracted. And
yeah, this is what we're paying for.
You know, maybe there's something to do with that where, you know, who knows? I don't know. It's all speculation, but there's got to be something to make it worth all of that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're paying for right there. It turns out that making a lightsaber that retracts on its own cost them $5 million in development.
That's it?
I mean, you think it costs more than that?
I don't know.
Just to figure out the first one?
I want to see it cut through Durasteel. Come on.
Well, I doubt it's that good.
True.
I mean, pretty sure if you hit it against another lightsaber, it's going to fold in half.
Probably so.
Yeah, I think this pricing is... I mean, maybe they're force limiting the initial run with ridiculous pricing.
That doesn't make sense, though. I mean, then everyone's just going to wait. I don't know. Hopefully, this thing is like super awesome, and the feedback we get from its initial guests are going to be such high praises that we all feel like we got to go spend $6,000. I doubt it, but we'll see.
Yep, and those people were comped.
Right. Yes. Best advertising is word of mouth. We're going to make that happen.
I mean, I'm just waiting for all the celebrities that go down there and, you know, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
It's a tough pill to swallow.
That is. Yes, it is.
Like, I get mad when I'm like, $500 a night? What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
For what?
A place to sleep.
$1,200 per guest per night. Like, I could get an apartment for that. Like, for a month.
For a month, yes. Yep. And I can put Star Wars in and watch it all the time.
Yes. Yep. There's a full-size fridge in that one.
Yes. Fully stocked with beer. We're good.
Yep. There's a stove. I can cook food.
Oh.
Yeah, just my logical brain here is like, whew. I mean, I went to Celebration in Chicago, and then my stay, tickets, all that stuff didn't even come to this for the whole time I was there.
Right.
For two of us. So this is just wild.
Yeah. I
mean, it wasn't immersive.
Yeah, that's the part we're going to have to find out about. Because, they must have some plans for that, the immersive portion, but...
Yeah, they're just going to go around stun blasting everybody?
I don't know. A little foreshadowing.
A little foreshadowing there. Yeah, stick around.
Yeah.
All right. How about some light news, right?
Light? Yeah, good.
Yeah. So, Doug, do you remember the Tamagotchi craze?
Yes, these are like little keychain things, right?
Yes, little keychain. You had to take care of them, feed them,
right,
clean up after them.
I remember news stories about kids being freaked out that their little electronic pet died.
Yep, that did happen.
Yeah.
I was in the kids group then.
Okay. Good.
So I can speak to this. So Tamagotchi has announced an R2-D2 Tamagotchi.
Cool.
So you can have your own R2-D2 pet. I wonder how this works. Like, you got to oil him, or
I guess I don't know.
You don't have to feed him. He's a droid.
Yeah, but you got to jack him into some power bank or something somewhere.
Okay, so you got to charge him once a day.
Right.
What else?
I don't know. Send him on adventures.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That would be new.
Take these plans to Obi-Wan. I don't know.
It says you got to train, clean, and take care of the famous droid. So you got to train him.
Really? I mean, this is R2-D2 we're talking about. Are you training him, or is he training you? Really?
Yes.
I mean, let's be real. I think no matter what, when it comes to R2, he's the one in charge.
I think they need a chopper one that tells you to piss off from time to time.
That would be hilarious. Yes.
Yeah. So, yes. Star Wars Tamagotchi. Light and short.
Yes. Cool.
Yeah, what's there to say about this?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I was there, right? Like, I guess I'll go on a little bit about that. I was there during the Tamagotchi craze. I never had a Tamagotchi back then.
Okay.
I had the Gigapet.
Okay.
Mine was a monkey or something like that, and you had to like clean up after it and feed it.
Right.
Mine died all the time. I never really let it bother me. It's a game, right? Like,
right. Sure.
I grew up with Mario Brothers, things like that. Like, the game's stacked against you. It just is.
Yeah.
So I see, this could be devastating to kids nowadays, because I mean, back when Tamagotchi was big to begin with, when you failed in a game, you had to start all over.
Oh yeah.
Now you just get to go to the last checkpoint. Right.
This is true. Oh yeah. Yeah. Start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh.
This could be devastating.
I remember those days. Your parents were telling you, "Hey, we gotta leave." It's like, I can't leave. I leave, the guy dies. I've never been this far. Yeah.
Or they're mad at you because you've left your video game console on for 3 days.
Yes.
On pause.
Yes. There's that.
There's no save.
No, there was no save. Yeah. Either way, you were in trouble. If you left the TV on, you were in trouble.
We always shut the TV off. But
shut the TV. Yeah, but that they see the light, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's that light on for? Turn it off. You're not using it.
There were several times my mom would come in and shut it off, and we're like, no!
Right.
Like, we're going to bed, and she's like, why is this on? Don't touch. Aw.
Yeah. All that work I put into it. Work? What do you mean work?
Well, you couldn't do it.
Yeah, you were playing a game. Exactly. Oh, that is amazing.
Yep. So yeah, this could be devastating.
This could be, yes. So if this were me, I'd be carrying around a dead R2-D2 on a keychain is what I'd be doing.
Right.
Have something to add to the conversation? Or you just want to let us know how we're doing? Email us, show@thewarsandmore.com. That's the best place to get in on the action. But if social media is a little more to your liking, @TheWarsAndMore on Twitter is always a good place to interact with us. And we're also on Facebook, facebook.com/TheWarsAndMore. And of course, your portal to this and everything else, The Wars and More, is thewarsandmore.com.
All right, so Star Wars had their series from a certain point of view, right? There's different takes on the Star Wars universe.
Right, yes.
Well, Marvel decided, you can't have all the fun. Let's do something called What If?
What If? Apparently, this is going to be an animated show on Disney Plus. I believe it's coming out soon. I'll say next week or so.
Right, and I just want to interject a little bit.
Yeah.
Doug, you shared a little bit of this with me beforehand. I hadn't seen this. But just to bring me up to speed, you shared a little bit of this with me beforehand. And I will say, What If? That title is the creative extent of this show.
Seems that way. So, yes. Yeah. This is like you said, it's kind of like the certain point of view, but I mean this is actually, I don't know, it seems like it's taking the MCU and kind of just, turning it right on its ear because they're coming up with completely different and wild scenarios. Seems interesting, might be worth a watch, but in promotion for this, creatives, I think a director and writer, I'm not sure what their roles are exactly, but Brian Andrews and A.C. Bradley were on Collider, did an interview, and right away, guy from Collider asks, what about using this as an opportunity to mix and intermingle the different Disney properties?
On What If, I was kind of notorious for trying to get the Star Wars character involved. And we did try at one point, but there was just... It's kind of like, play with the sandbox you were given. We gave you the entire MCU. Run with that. And I was like, okay. But still, Luke Skywalker would be an amazing Jedi.
It's true.
An amazing Avenger. He's a Jedi.
He is a Jedi. But, it's true. We did have those thoughts, and we were just like, woo! And then that's when they're kind of like, hey, guys, a little bit of guidelines. Sorry. Maybe the MCU, let's stick with... So it's true, but we were thinking about that. But who knows? If fans watch it and love it and clamor enough, if future episodes, who knows what can happen? What if, right?
What
All right,
if?
first off, I gotta say, she summed up my feelings for The Last Jedi, right? Like, Luke Skywalker would have made an amazing Jedi.
Yeah. That is true.
I 100% agree with her.
Yeah. She has an excellent point right there.
Yep.
Yes. This is something that I think you're going to get a certain amount of people clamoring for such a thing, and they're going to want it and want it and want it until they get it, and they're going to say, "Oh, that isn't what I wanted." So I don't feel like this is the right way to go. This is you're I don't know, you're mixing things together here that it's oil and water. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, like, I listened to them talk about this, right? They're like, "Oh, play with the sandbox you've been given." Like, we're like, "Really? We had restrictions?" Like, look, you were hired to make pallets. We're not hiring you to make end tables.
Right.
Like,
yes.
Really?
I know.
I can't believe they're doing this.
Well,
they hired us for Marvel and they're not letting us touch Star Wars? This is crazy.
Exactly. So they did speculate on who might actually be interested, and I think we all know that they're right on this one.
By the way, multiverse, what if? I mean, you mix these all these realities. Because I know Mark Hamill. I mean, if you know what I mean. He likes doing voices.
Of course, totally. Are you kidding? It'd be amazing. Yes.
Yeah, we all know Mark Hamill would be all over this. Just give him a chance to voice Luke Skywalker. He's in. You know that.
Oh yeah, he'll do it.
So
no shame.
Yeah, but hey, it's to him. He loves the character. Loves what the character stood for, and
I mean, but is he though? I thought he was never going to do it again.
Oh, yeah, there is that.
He's done. It ran its course.
Right.
It's time for some new people.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well. Okay. Yeah. So the new people, people that are involved now, like the three of them, there's the two creators and the interviewer here, they're all spitballing on how to go about making this happen. And I gotta say, I hate their ideas.
Also, the other thing is that what if opens the door for consumer products at Disney to sell all this alt merchandise? So you figure maybe that's the way in, is going after consumer products and saying, look how many Star Wars toys sell and the Marvel toys. Let's get Luke Skywalker in here, because think about the sales.
Oh, yeah.
I think you should be putting together the business pitch for this.
This shit works. Just
it's
aim
true,
at the
man.
money. Not the story. It's the money you guys can make by letting us do this.
Even
all
if
right.
they're joking around, I don't like that this is where all their heads go. This is not good.
All right, I got to apologize to everyone right now. Just going to say sorry because, dude, you.
Yes.
This is where we're going now?
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. Oh, you got to think of the merchandise.
No,
Just screw storytelling.
This is how we're going to sell, creating a storyline through merchandising. I mean, we're thinking of the merchandising first.
Like, let's make a show. Like, what if Disney didn't care about story at all and only cared about selling stuff? Like, could you imagine if that's the way they went?
Hey, then we could have $6,000 hotel stays.
Exactly. You know what? That guy needs to be president.
That's right. Exactly. Oh my God. I don't get it, man. To be honest about it, what I see here is you're going into this world of what if, okay? You want to tell some stories that aren't going to be canon, that you're not going to fit into everything that's been told already. okay, that's fine, I guess, but make sure they're creative. But personally, I
What
think
if? I thought that was the MCU.
it is.
No.
What? Oh, you thought
What
that
if?
was the
I
whole
thought that was the
MCU?
existing
Yes.
MCU.
Well, okay. I gotcha. But
'Cause they didn't give a damn about the comics.
my thing is this reeks of a lack of creative thought to me. I know, another MCU joke coming. but I worry that we're getting to that point already. With some of this stuff. Now, forgive me. I've not seen Loki yet. I've heard good things. Okay.
I mean, I heard good things all the way up until the last episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. But
I haven't seen it yet either. But that last episode triggered some people.
Okay. But I just what I'm feeling like here is that we're going to do all this alternate reality type stuff to, I don't know, do something. I don't know. Let's just leave Star Wars out of that.
Yeah. I'm all for leaving Star Wars out of this whole MCU tie.
Right.
Because, come on. I mean, the only thing that they do in the MCU that stays true to the comics is hit on nostalgia notes, right? That's it.
Okay.
They hit on a couple big things, and everybody's all in.
Right.
I mean, you cannot. It's amazing to me. You cannot find someone who will say negative things about the MCU. Like, everybody just went all in.
Right.
And I don't understand it. It's not. I shouldn't say this because this will get me some hate. But to me, it's not good. I mean, it was like repackaging after repackaging after repackaging.
Yeah, I got what you're saying.
Every story seemed the same.
Right.
It lacked depth for characters. There was no real character building. They would do that in the first 5 minutes, and then they would just beat on that character for another 45 minutes, and then high points for the character for the last half hour.
Right.
Like, the formula never changed. It got stale to me real fast.
Yeah. Yep.
And especially with the Avengers films, because, like, bad guy shows up, Avengers get the crap kicked out of them because they weren't working as a team.
Exactly. Regroup.
Yep. Now we figured it out. We're going to work as a team. We're going to do this, this, and this, and they win.
Yes.
That's the story.
Yes. Oh, don't forget the little bit of self-sacrifice you got to put in there.
Yeah. Someone's got to, lay it down for the team.
Yep.
So, yeah, it just was never, I found the films enjoyable for the visuals, things like that.
Right.
But I felt like they lacked depth to the story.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah. I know that'll give me some hate, but I don't care.
Well,
I deal with that hate from my friends.
I was going to say, we're used to taking blows like that, right?
Yep. I take those blows every day. All right. So sticking with the MCU.
Yes. Better.
But this is
Dodd left.
Yeah. But this is one of those moments where the MCU has an impact on the film industry as a whole.
Ah, yes, true.
Hey, look at that. I got my dig in there. So Scarlett Johansson is suing Disney.
What?
Yes. Yes. Can you believe that? Someone's taking on Disney.
Yeah, I know. This is... Okay.
So we talked a lot about streaming, right? How streaming was edging in on the whole movie theater experience.
Yes, we've talked a lot about this, yes.
Because, you know, and how the pandemic accelerated that.
Right.
We felt like this was the natural course of things based on how media is consumed nowadays.
Yes.
But hold the phone.
Okay.
So apparently Scarlett Johansson had a deal with Disney. You know, it was one of those, you know, based on box office deals for her contract.
Yeah, yeah.
So if the box office did a certain thing, she had the potential to make an additional $50 million based on box office.
Whoa.
Well, they went ahead and released this simultaneous on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Which is bound to cut into the box office take right from the get-go.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay.
So that's the point of contention here.
Yeah.
It had a Disney Plus release right alongside the movie theater release. So it cut into those box office profits. So she's feeling slighted.
Sure.
Which, if I will say, in her defense, if there's nothing for her, you know, in the way of bonuses, things like that, based on the Disney Plus numbers, especially since it's a premium Disney Plus service, like you have to pay to see this early.
Right.
She's in the right here. That should count as box office.
You would think, yeah.
Because that's basically you choose to not go to the theaters, so you're paying this premium price to see it early. That to me is essentially the same as seeing it in the theaters.
I gotta say, just a guess off the top of my head, that I imagine that whenever this contract was penned and was signed, it's quite possible that Disney Plus wasn't even out yet.
Ooh.
You know, because these things do happen like well ahead of, you know, shooting and then getting the movies put together, you know. And even if Disney Plus was out, simultaneous releases alongside theaters, I don't think that was even in the cards at that point.
Wasn't in the cards.
So she might have a case. I mean,
there's already been pushback to this whole premise, right? Because Warner Brothers dealing with the same thing,
right?
With HBO Max,
right?
And they've already committed to 2022. They're going to be theatrical releases first, then they'll do whatever. So it will get in 2022. All Warner Brothers properties will be going to theaters first before they do anything else. So exclusive deals, right?
Right.
But my question is this a negative? Is this idea of going back to the theaters as an exclusive deal a negative? Was it a positive to be able to watch it at home?
For film fans, I would say I love having the option. 'Cause, you know, last year, none of us had the option. If we're going to watch something,
right,
we're going to watch it streaming because that's what we had.
Right.
So now that theaters are opening up again, you know, we're getting the option. We can go streaming or we can go to the theater. And, you know, I gotta be honest, there's some things that I must see in the theater, i.e. Star Wars, and other things that, you know, I might pay a little premium to just have it sent right to my TV and, have a pizza delivered.
Right.
I mean, that's
probably 90% of what I watch.
Right.
I'd rather not go to the theater for 90% of what I take in.
Exactly.
I don't mind paying extra for it. A la like renting a movie, right?
Yep, absolutely.
I have no problem with that. But at the same time, I don't want to be going to the theater all the time.
Right.
I enjoy watching stuff at home.
Yeah, me too.
So I gotta say this. I mean, a lot of what is losing their minds over this whole streaming service thing is movie theaters, right? This is the first time that an actress has taken the lead on this.
Right.
Which it sounds to me like she got the short end here.
Absolutely.
Because with the way that deal was structured, she probably should have got a cut of Disney Plus. Period. That's neither here nor there.
It sounds like it, yeah.
But, the movie theaters and stuff are latching right onto this and promoting it. I feel like if they would promote, films that are showing at their theaters half as well as they promote her lawsuit, they probably would have done all right.
Yeah.
But since Disney wasn't promoting it at the theaters like they normally would, because that was their exclusivity deal,
yeah.
So they're looking to piggyback off of the free advertising they get from Disney, because Disney's like, oh, you got to go see this in theaters now.
Exactly.
Instead of on our own streaming service that you're already paying for and we can advertise here.
Yeah, that's funny. I don't know, man. It's it's crazy.
Oh,
I think this is.
We talked about this. We talked about how
Yes.
Hollywood, not the studios, Hollywood, the actors, the directors, the
Right.
producers. We talked about how there was going to be a pushback here.
Yes.
Because there's just a bunch of money to be made.
Right.
And if you close off from that whole machine and decide to just make the money for yourselves, yeah, they're gonna, that machine's gonna fight back.
Right. I mean, you're basically blowing up their business model.
Yeah, Terminator style, right?
Yeah, and this is where what we've talked about in the past. We bring up the theaters and the marketing. This is where theaters are going to have to provide some sort of value add in order to draw people. We talked about making it an experience to go to the theater, like a to quote a chain, a big night out, right? But they're gonna have to step up their game somehow, because I think the public is going to start demanding more access to these films to be consumed however they want to consume it anywhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
Theaters, streaming, whatever. We've gotten a taste of it. It's going to be hard to give that up.
I don't know. So this whole thing has put this in perspective for me, right? And it makes me dislike the whole movie theater thing even more.
Okay.
Mainly because it's movie theaters are like, hey, I have a big ass TV. Come over to my place and watch it, right?
Yeah.
But all we're going to do is we're going to make these deals with various companies, and they're going to advertise it. They're going to do all the legwork. They're going to do everything. But we're here. I have a big TV. Come watch it. It kind of
Well, that's where I'm saying it's going to have to be more than, hey, I've got a big TV.
Right. And
what else you got?
By the way, buy my $20 popcorn.
Yes. Exactly.
like this whole thing's souring me on movie theaters even more than I already was.
Right. Well, I think we predicted this. I think we saw this coming.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we knew there would be pushback eventually.
Yes. Every industry that is going through changes, we'll put it that way, does it kicking and screaming. And this is just a consequence of it. You know, this is just, you know, this lawsuit, this is just how this one little piece of it is playing out. You know, there will be changes coming, and you know, the industry as a whole and the distribution mechanisms and all that kind of stuff, you know, it's gonna change. You know, it's probably gonna happen sooner rather than later.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't go here.
Uh-oh.
I'm just saying I could write the Disney narrative for them.
Okay.
But I probably shouldn't go there.
Okay.
I mean, unless you really want me to go there, but
I mean, all right, here, let me drag it out of you. What is it, Joe? Come on.
All right. So, if I were Disney,
okay,
God, I shouldn't say this,
Joe Disney,
but I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
If I were Disney, I'd be like, I'm surprised that Scarlett Johansson is really pushing for us to promote people gathering in an unsafe way in the middle of a pandemic.
Ah, yes. Well, you know, this that's funny. I mean, this is a sign of today, right? You know, we spin stories how we want them to go. So it's like, you know, depending on how you view things, you know, it's either spun to your liking or not. So, you know, I get what you're saying. It wouldn't surprise me for that to actually kind of come out about this.
So let's just man, I shouldn't keep going this route. I don't want to get political here. But let's just say, and before I go this route, just so everybody knows, I am vaccinated. So I'm not saying this as a anti-vax like mode, right? But let's say MJR Studios, right? So MJR movie theaters,
right,
decided to only allow people who are fully vaccinated to come into their movie theaters.
Okay.
That would, in fact, be cutting into her bottom line.
Yes.
Would she sue then?
Ah. Does she have a contract with them?
But that would be someone, whether she has a contract with them or not, that would be someone directly affecting her income.
Yes. But clearly she believes that Disney Studios is in breach of contract, and that's why there's a lawsuit. If something happens that she has no control over,
but I'm just saying that is like, I feel like Disney's argument here is going to be because of the pandemic and the effect that it's going to have on movie theaters.
I'm sure there's going to be some of that there. Okay.
Because it doesn't seem like the argument is, I didn't get a cut of the Disney Plus release. It seems like the argument is, you put it on Disney Plus at the same time it was supposed to be in a box office. You shorted me there because it should have been box office that I was getting paid from.
Right.
It's not that she got shorted on the Disney Plus thing. That's not the argument that I'm seeing from everything I've read. I could be wrong. I haven't seen the actual court filings, right?
Right.
But that's like it's the simultaneous release that was the problem. And the simultaneous release, let's not mince anything here, it's because of the pandemic. This is why this is doing it. Like, this is why we've gone this way.
Yes.
And here we are. This thing hasn't ended yet. We're not out of the woods, right?
True.
So how could you expect a business to not make a decision based on the fact that we're not out of the woods yet? I don't want to defend Disney because Disney pissed me off earlier with the whole $1,200 a night for me to stay in.
Exactly.
So don't take that the wrong way. I'm not defending Disney, but at the same time, is this an extenuating circumstance kind of thing? I just don't.
I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see how that plays out because, this this could go either way, and you're right as far as, Disney can afford good lawyers, and I'm sure they're working on that version of their defense right now.
I mean, it's probably the best defense.
Yes.
We're money grubbing assholes ain't going to be a good one.
No, probably not.
So, yeah, I mean, I just feel like it was still being caught in this pandemic, and it's not good for any party.
Not at all.
I mean, Disney's making tons of money, sure, but I still think they would rather see those box office numbers really high.
For sure. I mean, everyone tried to pivot really quickly when, everyone got stuck at home. So, we're everyone's trying to figure out, how things are going to move forward from here. Because everyone's tired of being stuck at home and they're looking to get back out and do things. So, they're trying to accommodate that as well. And there's also,
just saying, I bet she's not making $3.25 an hour plus tips here.
True.
I'm sure she walked away with $20 million before all this.
Yes. So you're right. She probably will have a big lack of sympathy from a lot of people.
I'm just like, ah. I mean, I get it. I get it from one aspect, like, get your money if you're owed it.
Right.
But at the same time, if you're like, I only made $40 million and I should have made $50 million, I'm like, I don't really care.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot different than you get shorted on your weekly paycheck, right?
Right. I feel like it's a false, let's relate to people. Like, I'm getting shorted. Are you? Like, as far as Disney being a company all about the money, like, here's a news flash.
Right.
All right. The Bad Batch.
Here we are.
Yeah, let's get off this crap. We have no idea what we're talking about. All right, Bad Batch. War Mantle.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for that, huh?
Yeah. Well, what'd you think?
Well, interesting. I mean, we get to see, the beginnings, well, not the beginning, whatever, the how Gregor came to be in the presence of Rex later on in Rebels. It's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting to learn that, inhibitor chip or not, looks like clones are starting to make some decisions for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get away from what they see going on with the Empire and, getting arrested for it.
Yeah. So Gregor.
Yeah.
Just talk about it. I like that they worked his level of crazy from Rebels into it a little bit.
They did, and it was just enough.
Yeah, it's just he's working towards that.
Right.
Working towards that Rebels crazy.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was really well done. Like, he's not quite there yet. Maybe that's his inhibitor chip a little bit, right? Like, side effect?
Maybe. Could be.
I don't really remember Gregor prior to that, so.
Right.
I don't know if he was already losing a little bit.
Yeah, he makes mention of getting blown up, and he survived that. So, and I was trying to think back of when that might have been in the Clone Wars, but
Oh, I'm sure it's in there.
Yeah, it's probably there.
Dave Filoni doesn't leave too many stones unturned.
Right.
Another thing with what was I going to say? That just left me. Yeah, I lost that. So I had somewhere I was going there. I'm sure it'll come back, and I'll come up with it in the middle of our conversation as we go on.
Excellent.
But so another thing we've been talking about for quite a few weeks now is this stunning thing.
Yes.
And I gotta say, it stood out to me in this episode more than a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, why are we doing this?
I don't know. I just got to throw this one thing out there because this was at the beginning of the episode and it caught me. I believe this is the first time that we've seen someone get partially stunned. As they're chasing Gregor down, they shoot him with the stun blast in the legs, and it kind of like makes his leg go limp.
Yep.
That's the first I've ever seen that I can recall. Very interesting. But then after that, it was stun. Yes. All over the place.
Nonstop.
Yes.
Except for the bad guys.
Except for the bad guys, yeah. And Wrecker.
And Wrecker for about 2.5 seconds.
Right.
Come on.
It is interesting. Now, so the odd part about this is they learn in this episode that, what you and I have speculated about, this.
Right. It's their brothers, right?
Right. And they learn that these are not their brothers. These are people from all over the galaxy, as Gregor put it. And it's like, okay, so there goes that theory.
Right. Here you have the Bad Batch, right?
Yep.
This group who thinks outside the box and end up being tactically superior to everyone they face because they think outside the box.
Right.
Now, tactically, in war.
Yeah. You mean Star War? Yeah.
Yes, not Stun War. Do you want the force that you just went up against to still be at 100% strength when you walk away?
No. Not at
That's
all.
what they're doing.
It is because, yeah, in 10 minutes, all those guys are going to wake up and they're going to be just fine.
Just fine and more pissed than they were before.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm struggling with this.
Yep. I am too. And after seeing this episode, you know, I believe I was the one who was speculating that this might be a decision from on high about, you know, real blaster bolts versus stun. And
but Gregor jumped right into it.
Right. And that bolsters that point, is that if they're trying to make the quote unquote good guys, the Bad Batch, you know, the ones who use the stun weapons, I don't know. I'm having a hard time with that, because this is, you got everybody out to try and kill you, and you're just going to evade and stun them when you can. It doesn't work that way. I don't know. And like you said, this is Star Wars. It's war.
Right.
I don't know. Hard to say. But
yeah,
the more of this that we see, the more I believe this is actually kind of like a corporate decision.
No, I mean, I don't think there's any doubt at this point.
Right.
There's really no reason for this to be happening otherwise.
Right.
None. And like, I'm not, like I said before, I'm not advocating for, bloody Star Wars. It's not what Star Wars is.
No, it's never been like that.
But these are armored troopers. They get hit with a blaster bolt. The rest is left for imagination, right?
Right.
Either their armor saved them or it didn't. We don't know.
Right.
It's never been like confirmed kills. Like, oh, they're dead.
Exactly.
Gregor got hit with one in this episode and he walked away.
Yeah.
So we don't know that, blaster bolts fired the other way kill the stormtroopers in question. We don't know that at all. Making death and, blood and gore, that's not Star Wars.
No.
But this really what seems like conscious decision at this point to only let the good guys shoot stun blasts just seems like the good guys would just lose that war because you're not removing anybody from combat.
Right. And
for extended periods of time.
You're automatically at a deficit to the enemy.
Right.
It's just the way that is. I mean, it's the way it works. So I don't know. I
like death is going to happen.
Yep.
Right. But if you are going to limit it to death only being able to happen on your side,
right.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
Right.
I mean, like I said, not advocating for death. I don't need to see death. I mean, that's not Star Wars anyway.
True.
But intentionally letting everything be just stun blasts for your good guys, bad guys are still shooting to kill. Even the new good guy just like hops right into it, like, oh yeah, shit, we're only stunning here.
That is the one part that was really odd. He picks up a blaster from one of the fallen stormtroopers, and apparently sets it to stun.
Yep.
To escape from the facility he's being held in. That doesn't make any sense.
Zero.
Even if the rest of the Bad Batch had theirs on stun, Gregor's should have been on full blaster mode. It's
I don't get this.
Nope.
I mean, I'm watching it. It's like it shows PG. Why? Why ain't it everyone? Why is it PG?
Exactly.
Don't get it. I saw zero evidence in that show that show should be PG.
Right.
So, yeah. I digress. All in all, good episode.
Right. Looks like we have some more machinations going on with the Kaminoans. We'll see what goes on there.
Yeah, pretty sure they lost their prime minister.
Yes, that's the way it looks. And it looks like the Empire might have gained a scientist.
Yeah.
Willingly or not.
Well, I mean, that's the Empire way, right?
True. Very true.
And then, of course, Crosshair.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was hoping for the whole squad, but Hunter will do.
I mean, from a tactical standpoint, if you could get the leader.
Yeah. We just don't know what he has in mind.
I mean, I don't understand the whole, like, we got to stop the Bad Batch kind of thing. Because, you know, they've just been stunning there. But we've lost 0 people to the Bad Batch.
Right.
Yeah, they've done some disruptive things.
Yes.
Minor disruptive things. We've lost 0 soldiers.
But with an organization like the Empire, it's all about perception.
Is it though?
Well, yeah. I mean, if the Bad Batch continues to make them look bad, they will not put up with it.
I guess. They're literally losing 0 strength.
Well, maybe this is why, you know, at the time of A New Hope, you know, the Empire still has such a strong grip on the galaxy.
Yeah, because they didn't lose anybody.
Right. Maybe this is why Saw Gerrera was such a bad rebel, because he's set to kill on his blasters, not stun.
Yeah, what an ass.
Yeah, who knows?
I mean, Cassian killed his own guy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Making some real leaps here.
I know.
So, I mean, this is a way to push fans of the saga out of animation.
It could happen.
Because I get it. Like, okay. I guess there's some deeper story here. I mean, they haven't really got there yet, but there could be.
Right.
But if there's no stakes, you know, okay, yeah, there's stakes for your good guys. Your good guys have to avoid getting dead.
Right.
But there's no stakes for the bad guys. The bad guys lose nothing in what we've seen so far.
Right.
You're really losing tension here.
Yes. Something has to happen here that's going to be really gnarly, right? They showed that shot of Camino, and we saw those what were they? The Republic cruisers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sitting outside. I thought, ooh, this might be close to we see some sort of big aerial bombardment of Camino or something like that. You know, that was my first thought. This is getting real. Turns out they're just taking all the clones off world.
Right.
But something needs to happen. Something like that. Who knows? There's got to be more than just, Bad Batch stunning everybody.
Right. Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, it's the stunning thing is just, it's beyond me.
Yep, me too.
Just don't understand. And I think it took away from the tension that's coming.
Yeah.
This episode really should have been building towards that.
I think it did, but
it did, but in a lighter way than it should have.
It drew focus away from everything they were trying to have you pay attention to, for sure.
Right. I just have a feeling that in an organization as big as the Empire, they go, "Oh, how many troops did we lose?" None. What's the problem?
Well, the problem could be they, like I said, they can't look bad, They've got to get rid of these guys. And hey, they've got one of them right now, so.
Right.
We'll see where that goes.
Yeah. I guess we'll see, right?
Yep.
Got 2 more. See what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Something's got to change with the stunning thing, though. I do agree there. That's.
I couldn't get past it.
It's hard. Yeah.
Like, with everything that went on in this episode, that shouldn't be my sticking point. But it was.
Right.
So, yeah, hopefully they figure that out.
Yes.
And maybe sell it a little better. Jeez.
Yeah.
Like, make it a little less obvious.
Exactly. Yeah, the fact that Gregor was stunning people, that was kind of blatant, in your face. And that was...
they were doing it after they found out, like, that ain't clones.
Yes, exactly.
So now what's the reason?
Right. Yeah, any excuse that you had is kind of gone.
Like, is that going to get you less attention? You're already public enemy number 1.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it. All right. If you have anything to add to that, you can always email us, show@thewarsandmore.com. It's the best way to get a hold of us. We're also on social media, at The Wars and More on Twitter, facebook.com/thewarsandmore. You can find all that and all the ways to find the show over at thewarsandmore.com. Any final thoughts this week, Doug?
No, I think that about covers it.
All right, we'll talk next week.